Well, the Friday night lights will be gleaming bright on Saturday when number 1 Bishop Gorman heads to number 5 St. Thomas Aquinas. And here to break that matchup down is the man himself, Robert Harriott. Coach, what's going on, my man?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well, Jason. Thanks for having me on. I didn't even realize we were number 5.
Yeah, there you go. Congratulations. Yeah, man. So, it's Florida high school football. I'm aware. I'm well aware. But for those who don't know, I like to give coaches a chance to, talk that talk about how big matchups there, how big the Florida football scene is. I mean, you got the number 1 team in the country. It's early, so it's all what we think. It's all opinion based right now. But, that's all fans need. So talk about the hype surrounding the big game on Saturday.
I think it's great. The advancements in technology and social media have really expedited this entire process and gained some major exposure. That allows guys like you to, fill, the community in on who's who in the wide world of high school football, where it's, becoming extremely popular. You guys are doing a great job of allowing these young men to gain some real prominence and showcase their talent and represent their program for us to be able to put on the Broward County Showcase. It's an unbelievable, turn of events that has transpired over decades. I think you guys do a great job of identifying which programs are extremely, have talented players.
Yeah.
And Bishop Gorman is obviously, one of them. They won the national championship multiple times, or state championship, a number of times. So we're looking forward to the matchup. And we played them in 2016 there. So it's gonna be an interesting experience. I think it will be positive for both programs. I think Coach Browner is doing a great job over there. He's a good guy, and I had an opportunity to share some time with him at the Nike Summit, and we got to know each other a little bit, and it was he's doing an exceptional job with that program, but more importantly, raising young men to be leaders in our society.
Indeed. He spoke very highly of you too, so I got to tell you that. I'm gonna give you a chance to talk about your team. I know it's your first game, but in scrimmages and practices, you guys have been hitting the gridiron for a while now, so you kind of got a feel. So talk to me about
Yeah.
where you feel like you guys will be strong, and what are you liking about your team so far?
I like our maturity. We have a strong force of resilience, and I think that type of mentality is difficult to cultivate over an off season.
Right.
But there's a number of players who had some experience in the previous season. We were younger last season, so this year we're a little more mature.
Okay.
Specifically more on the offensive side of the ball. We're still a little young on the defensive side with regards to experience, but we have a strong culture at St. Thomas. So our players know that there's a certain level of a blessed expectation to live up to, and our guys do a great job of making sure that they're holding each other accountable and continue to evolve our legacy that was established decades ago. So well, I'm optimistic about our players, and we just had an exhibition game against Bishop Barrow, which is also a really good team. We got off to a pretty good start with them, and obviously there's certain things that need to be corrected, but that's why you play these type of games. But when national programs compete against any team, it always has some sort of implication to it. So it's never just a scrimmage. It's never just an exhibition game. It's always something you got to make sure you line up and give your best championship effort. And I feel like this particular team does a great job of taking things personal and identifying where exactly our deficiencies are, which is unusual for a group of young men. You know, it isn't every day that you have a group of teenagers that are working on creating a certain nucleus that best identifies a personality for that particular season. I love how family oriented this group is. Their mantra for this year, every year we have a story. We feel like we tell a story, and I think it's important to help help young men realize that there are certain chapters and seasons that they go through in their life so they can help them grow in their faith and their character. Okay. And for this particular season, they decided on FTF being their theme for the season, and FTF stands for the family. Mm-hmm. So we're constantly with this particular group, from their freshman year to now, this particular senior class, this 2025 class. Okay. They've often heard me talk about, owing your family a debt of gratitude, and giving your best effort for your family, and making sure that everything you think, say, or do is going to benefit or bless those that you're directly affiliated with.
Definitely. I know you've already, I know you're thorough. So I know you did your scouting. I know you've done film and all that stuff. Now you're very much aware of what they have on the other side. What are some of your concerns with Bishop Gorman, the defending national champ?
I'm, you don't really get too concerned or worried, because if your heart and your mind is in the right place, you understand that this is a collaboration. You're going to compete against each other. Right. But when you're establishing a winning culture, a championship, type of environment, it isn't really just about the games. It's really about their life. And we often talk about our players utilizing this platform to be champions in their life. So and you guys do a great job of highlighting, the more prominent players. And obviously they also have some strong role players too, contributors. There's just a strong culture that has been established there. And with regards to the actual particulars, the practical aspect of the game, right. Their trenches are strong. Obviously, you guys did a great job of highlighting that and showcasing their prominent offensive line, but their defensive line is tough as well. Naturally, if their offensive line is a strong group of players, then they obviously compete against each other on a daily basis, and iron sharpens iron. Humans are we're creatures of progression and habit. So they're well coached. They established a championship culture years ago, and they got some tough players. So we're definitely excited about the opportunity to play against some talented individuals, and we get to match up with them here at home in South Florida.
Indeed. And I always ask this question going into a first game. I'm always curious about what's your perspective on, I know coaches have different takes on this, but first game, it's like some coaches like it's very important. We have to start strong, and then some coaches are like, we're going to go out there and compete. We don't want that type of pressure. What's your perspective, Coach?
I guess it's a balance of both. Pressure could be a blessing or a curse. Right. It depends on how you look at it. Some people say pressure busts pipes, and other people say pressure creates diamonds. So we actually like to look at it that way. We enjoy it. We enjoy the stress. We enjoy the pressure. We enjoy the adversity, because we feel like that's going to build us and help us to grow, and help. It really enables us to, identify with who we are growing to be. So we realize that we have to execute our game plan, but at the same time, a lot of what we do is going to be predicated on the, capitalizing on the weaknesses and, attacking the strengths of our opposition.
Indeed. Indeed. Well, we will be all the way tuned in on Saturday. We bringing the popcorn, extra butter, all that. All that. But number 5, St. Thomas Aquinas hosting number 1 Bishop Gorman once again. Coach, definitely appreciate you joining me today.
I appreciate you having us on. We're grateful for what you guys are doing for our community and our youth. Thank you.
Thank you.